Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning slash afternoon slash evening, everyone. Imagine living a life where no one can disturb your peace, where anger, frustration, and irritation simply dissolve no matter what happens around you. Sounds impossible, right? But according to Joe Dispenza, not only is it possible, it's within your control. Today, I'm going to share 6 powerful keys to help you never get angry or bothered with anyone again. These aren't just tips, they are life changing principles based on neuroscience and the power of your mind. We often go through life identifying so closely with our emotions that they begin to define us. When we feel anger, sadness, frustration, or anxiety, we don't just experience these emotions, we become them. We say, I am angry or I am frustrated, as if that emotion is who we are at our core. But what if I told you that this isn't true? What if I told you that you are not your emotions, but rather the observer of them? Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that emotions are simply chemical reactions in the body, triggered by our thoughts and experiences. When something happens that we perceive as threatening or unfair, our brain sends signals to release certain chemicals, like adrenaline or cortisol, that create the physical sensations we associate with anger or stress. But here's the key. While your body reacts, you are not the reaction. You are the consciousness that notices the reaction. This is a powerful shift in perspective because once you realize that you are not your emotions, you can begin to separate yourself from them and regain control over how you respond. Let's break this down a bit further. Imagine you're driving and someone cuts you off in traffic. Instantly, your heart starts racing, your muscles tense, and you feel a surge of anger. Most people would immediately say, I'm so angry right now. But in that moment, what's really happening is that your brain recognized a perceived threat, triggered a fight or flight response, and flooded your body with chemicals to prepare you to react. Your mind labels this physical sensation as anger, but that doesn't mean you are angered. It means you are experiencing the sensation of anger. This distinction is subtle, but incredibly important. When you start to view emotions as temporary experiences rather than permanent states of being, you create a space between yourself and the emotion. In that space, you have a choice. You can choose to react impulsively, letting the emotion take over, or you can choose to observe the emotion without judgment and respond thoughtfully. This is where true emotional mastery begins. Dr. Joe often refers to this process as becoming the observer of your own mind. Instead of being swept away by your emotions, you step back and watch them arise and pass, like clouds drifting across the sky. You might think, I notice that I'm feeling irritation right now, instead of saying, I'm irritated. This simple shift in language can profoundly change your relationship with your emotions. By acknowledging that emotions are temporary and separate from your identity, you reduce their power over you. But why is it so easy to fall into the trap of identifying with our emotions? It's because our brains are wired to seek patterns and familiarity. If you've spent years reacting with anger or frustration in certain situations, your brain becomes conditioned to expect and repeat those emotional responses. Over time, these patterns become so ingrained that they feel like part of your identity. You might even start to believe, I'm just an angry person, or I'm always stressed. But these are just stories you've told yourself based on past experiences. They are not who you truly are. The good news is that you can break these patterns. Through mindfulness, meditation, and conscious awareness, you can begin to rewire your brain and create new emotional habits. When you catch yourself feeling anger or frustration, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Why am I reacting this way? By bringing curiosity and awareness to your emotions, you begin to loosen their grip on you. Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment. Most of our emotional reactions are tied to the past, old wounds, memories, and experiences that we carry with us. When you identify with your emotions, you are often reliving these past experiences over and over again, reinforcing the same patterns. But when you bring your attention to the present moment, you realize that the past no longer has to define you. You have the power to choose a new response, to create a new emotional experience. This doesn't mean that you'll never feel anger or frustration again. Emotions are a natural part of being human, but by recognizing that you are not your emotions, you give yourself the freedom to experience them without being controlled by them. You become the master of your mind rather than a prisoner of your past. And in that mastery, you find a sense of peace and resilience that no external circumstance can shake. In the end, understanding that you are not your emotions is about reclaiming your power. It's about stepping into the role of the conscious creator of your life rather than being at the mercy of unconscious reactions. It's a journey of self awareness and transformation, and it all begins with one simple realization: you are the observer, not the emotion. Most people go through life repeating the same thoughts, behaviors, and emotions day after day, often without even realizing it. We wake up in the morning, think the same thoughts, feel the same feelings, and engage in the same routines. Over time, this repetition creates a kind of autopilot mode where our identity becomes a collection of habitual patterns. Dr. Joe Dispenza refers to this as the habit of being yourself. It's the idea that who you think you are, your personality, your emotional responses, your behaviors, is largely a product of conditioned patterns, not fixed traits. The good news is that once you become aware of these patterns, you can break free from them and create a new version of yourself. Let's start by understanding how these habits form. Every time you think a thought, your brain fires neurons in a specific pattern. When you think the same thought repeatedly, those neural pathways become stronger, like carving a groove into a piece of wood. This is called neuroplasticity, and it's how habits, both mental and physical, are formed. Similarly, when you repeatedly feel a certain emotion, like anger, frustration, or sadness, your body becomes chemically conditioned to that state. Over time, you don't just experience these emotions, you expect them. Your body becomes addicted to the emotional state, and it starts to feel familiar and comfortable, even if it's negative. For example, if you've spent years reacting with frustration every time you face a challenge, that emotional response becomes automatic. Your brain has wired itself to expect frustration, and your body is used to the chemical rush that comes with it. This is how you get stuck in the habit of being yourself. You wake up each day and unconsciously recreate the same emotional experiences, reinforcing the same identity. You might even start to believe that this is just who you are. I'm an anxious person, or I'm always stressed. But the truth is, these are just patterns you've repeated so often that they feel like your identity. Mhm. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that to create real change in your life, you have to break these patterns. You have to break the habit of being yourself. But how do you do that? It starts with awareness. You have to become conscious of your unconscious thoughts and behaviors. This means paying attention to your internal dialogue, your emotional triggers, and your automatic reactions. When you catch yourself slipping into an old pattern, pause and observe it without judgment. Ask yourself, is this how I want to respond? Is this who I want to be? The next step is to challenge those patterns by introducing new thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This is where the real work begins. It's not enough to just recognize your habits, you have to actively choose new ones. Dr. Joe emphasizes the power of intention in this process. You have to decide who you want to become and then consciously practice embodying that new identity. If you want to be more patient, start by visualizing yourself responding to challenges with calm and grace. If you want to be more confident, imagine how that version of you would think, feel, and act. The more you practice this, the more you reinforce new neural pathways in your brain, gradually replacing old patterns with new ones. Meditation is a powerful tool in this process. Dr. Joe often talks about the importance of meditation for rewiring the brain and breaking free from old habits. When you meditate, you enter a state of stillness where you can observe your thoughts and emotions without becoming attached to them. This creates a space between you and your habitual responses, allowing you to choose a new way of being. In meditation, you can visualize your future self, feel the emotions associated with that version of you, and begin to align your energy with the person you want to become. But breaking the habit of being yourself isn't just about changing your thoughts. It's also about changing your emotions. Many people are emotionally attached to their past experiences, and these emotions keep them stuck in old patterns. Dr. Joe explains that if you're constantly reliving past hurts or failures, you're reinforcing the same emotional state in your body. To truly change, you have to let go of these emotional attachments and create new emotional experiences. This means cultivating feelings like gratitude, joy, and love even before you see external evidence of change. When you start to feel these emotions in your body, you signal to your brain that a new reality is unfolding. It's important to understand that this process takes time and consistent effort. Your brain and body are used to the old patterns, and they will resist change. You might find yourself slipping back into familiar habits, and that's okay. The key is to stay aware and keep practicing. Every time you choose a new thought or behavior, you're strengthening new neural pathways and weakening the old ones. Over time, these new patterns become your default, and the old version of yourself fades away. Breaking the habit of being yourself is about stepping into the unknown. It's about letting go of the familiar, even if it's uncomfortable, and embracing the possibility of who you can become. It requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to face your own limitations. But the reward is profound. When you break free from old patterns, you open the door to a new reality, a reality where you are not defined by your past, but empowered by your potential. You become the conscious creator of your life, and in that space, anything is possible. Everything in the universe is made up of energy, including our thoughts, emotions, and physical bodies. Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes this fundamental truth in his teachings, explaining that the energy we emit directly influences the reality we experience. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing your energy. This isn't just a metaphysical concept, it's grounded in science, particularly in the fields of quantum physics and neuroscience. By shifting your internal state, you can attract new experiences, opportunities, and people into your life. The energy you project becomes the magnet for what you receive. Let's start by understanding what energy really means in this context. Every thought you think generates an electrical signal in your brain. These thoughts also produce chemical reactions that create emotions, and those emotions send signals to the rest of your body. This process forms a feedback loop between your mind and body, reinforcing your current emotional state. For example, if you constantly think about stressful situations, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol, which makes your body feel tense and anxious. This physical state then feeds back into your mind, creating more stressful thoughts. Over time, this cycle becomes your baseline energy, the emotional frequency you operate on daily. Now imagine living your life on the frequency of stress, frustration, or fear. What kind of experiences do you think you'd attract? Probably more situations that confirm those feelings. Missed opportunities, conflicts, or challenges that reinforce your negative outlook. This is why Dr. Joe Dispenza says, your personality creates your personal reality. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, and the behaviors you engage in all contribute to the energetic signature you project into the world. If you want to change your external reality, you first have to change the internal energy that's creating it. So, how do you change your energy? It begins with awareness. You need to become conscious of the thoughts and emotions you're habitually experiencing. Are you constantly worrying about the future? Do you feel resentment or anger towards certain people or situations? These emotional states create a specific energy that shapes your life. The first step in shifting this energy is recognizing when you're stuck in a negative pattern. Once you're aware of it, you can begin to interrupt the cycle and choose a different response. Dr. Joe often emphasizes the power of elevated emotions in this process. Emotions like gratitude, joy, love, and compassion carry a higher frequency than emotions like fear, anger, or sadness. When you consciously cultivate these elevated emotions, you raise your energetic frequency and begin to attract experiences that match that higher state. This is where the concept of acting as if becomes powerful. Even if your current circumstances aren't ideal, you can choose to feel gratitude for what you have, joy for the small moments, or love for the people in your life. By embodying these emotions now, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you're ready to receive more of the same. Meditation is one of the most effective tools for changing your energy. In meditation, you can quiet the constant chatter of your mind and focus on shifting your internal state. Dr. Joe often guides people to visualize the life they want to create while feeling the emotions associated with that future reality. For example, if you want to experience more abundance, you would meditate on the feeling of financial freedom and gratitude as if it's already happening. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one, so it begins to rewire itself to align with this new reality. The more you practice this, the more your external life begins to reflect your internal changes. Another powerful practice is heart coherence, which Dr. Joe frequently discusses. Heart coherence is the state where your heart and brain are in perfect sync, creating a harmonious energy that promotes emotional balance and physical health. You can achieve heart coherence by focusing on your heart, breathing deeply, and cultivating feelings of love or gratitude. This practice not only changes your internal energy, but also has measurable effects on your physiology, such as reducing stress, lowering blood pressure, and improving immune function. It's also important to consider the people and environments you surround yourself with. Everything carries energy, and the people you interact with can influence your energetic state. If you're constantly around negative, toxic individuals, it's easy to get pulled into their energy. Conversely, spending time with positive, uplifting people can help raise your frequency. Be mindful of the environments you choose, whether it's your workplace, social circles, or even the media you consume. Align yourself with energy that supports the life you want to create. Consistency is key in this process. Changing your energy isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice. You have to be committed to maintaining a high-frequency state even when life throws challenges your way. This doesn't mean ignoring difficult emotions or pretending everything is perfect. It means acknowledging those emotions, processing them, and then consciously choosing to return to a more elevated state. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to maintain a positive energetic baseline. Dr. Joe Dispenza's work teaches us that we are not victims of our circumstances. We are creators of our reality. By changing our energy, we can change the trajectory of our lives. It's not about waiting for external conditions to improve before you feel better. It's about feeling better now to create the external conditions you desire. When you take responsibility for your energy, you take control of your life. You become a magnet for opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with your highest potential. In the end, changing your energy is about reclaiming your power. It's about recognizing that you have the ability to shape your reality from the inside out. When you elevate your thoughts and emotions, you elevate your life. It's a journey of transformation, and it all starts with one simple decision: to change your energy, and in doing so, change your life. In today's fast-paced, constantly connected world, finding moments of peace and clarity can feel like a challenge. We're bombarded with information, responsibilities, and the pressures of daily life, often leaving us feeling stressed, anxious, and disconnected from ourselves. But there's a powerful tool that has been practiced for thousands of years to help counter these challenges: meditation and mindfulness. Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes how these practices are not just about relaxation, they're transformative tools that can rewire the brain, shift your emotional state, and ultimately change your life. At its core, meditation is the practice of turning inward, focusing your attention, and quieting the noise of the external world. It's about creating space in your mind to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is the practice of being fully present in the moment, paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. When combined, meditation and mindfulness become a powerful way to break free from automatic, unconscious patterns and live with greater intention and awareness. Where Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that most people operate on autopilot, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and behaving in the same ways day after day. This repetition creates deeply ingrained neural pathways in the brain, making it difficult to change. Meditation interrupts this cycle by allowing you to step back from your habitual thought patterns and observe them from a place of neutrality. When you meditate, you're no longer reacting to your environment. You're creating a space where you can consciously choose new thoughts and emotions. This is the first step in rewiring your brain and changing your life. But how exactly does meditation achieve this? It all comes down to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. When you meditate, you're essentially training your brain to focus, stay present, and let go of distractions. Over time, this practice strengthens the areas of the brain associated with attention, emotional regulation, and self-awarenesses. Studies have shown that regular meditation can increase gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision making, problem solving, and self control. It also reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, helping to decrease stress and anxiety. Dr. Joe often talks about the importance of entering the present moment during meditation. Most of our stress and anxiety come from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When you're truly present, those worries fade away because they only exist in your mind. Meditation helps anchor you in the now, where you can experience a sense of peace and clarity that's not dependent on external circumstances. This shift in perspective can be life-changing. Instead of reacting to life from a place of fear or stress, you begin to respond from a place of calm and confidence. Another powerful aspect of meditation is its ability to help you connect with your inner self. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to lose touch with who you really are. We get so caught up in our roles, responsibilities, and external achievements that we forget to check in with ourselves on a deeper level. Meditation provides an opportunity to reconnect with your true essence, the part of you that exists beyond your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Joe refers to this as tapping into the quantum field of infinite possibilities. When you quiet your mind and tune into this deeper state of consciousness, you open yourself up to new insights, creative ideas, and transformative experiences. Mindfulness, as an extension of meditation, brings this heightened awareness into your everyday life. It's about being fully present in whatever you're doing, whether it's eating, walking, or having a conversation. When you're mindful, you're not just going through the motions. You're fully engaged in the moment, noticing the details and appreciating the experience. This practice can help reduce stress, improve relationships, and increase overall happiness. It allows you to break free from negative thought patterns and habitual reactions, creating space for more intentional, conscious living. One of the most profound benefits of meditation and mindfulness is their ability to shift your emotional state. Dr. Joe teaches that emotions are energy in motion, and the emotions you consistently feel shape your overall energy and ultimately your reality. When you meditate, you become aware of your emotional patterns and can begin to release negative emotions like anger, fear, or resentment. In their place, you can cultivate elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and joy. These higher frequency emotions not only feel better, but also attract more positive experiences into your life. This is the foundation of Dr. Joe's teaching, that where attention goes, energy flows. Meditation is also a powerful tool for healing. Dr. Joe Dispenza has shared countless stories of individuals who have used meditation to heal from chronic illnesses, pain, and even serious medical conditions. By shifting their focus from their physical symptoms to a state of gratitude, love, and wholeness, these individuals were able to activate the body's natural healing processes. This is because meditation helps reduce stress, which is a major contributor to many health problems. It also boosts the immune system, lowers blood pressure, and improves overall well-being. When you combine meditation with a clear intention and elevated emotion, you create the perfect environment for healing to occur. Incorporating meditation and mindfulness into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated. Even just a few minutes of focused breathing or mindful observation can make a significant difference in how you feel and how you navigate life's challenges. The key is consistency. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to stay present, calm, and centered, even in difficult situations. Over time, you'll find that meditation isn't just something you do, it becomes a way of being. Many people live their lives anchored to the past, replaying old memories, clinging to past mistakes, or defining themselves by who they were rather than who they could be. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that this attachment to the past keeps us trapped in repetitive cycles, limiting our potential and preventing true transformation. If you want to create a new reality, you have to break free from your past and start living as your future self. This means embodying the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors of the person you want to become, even before your external circumstances reflect that change. To understand why this is so important, let's first look at how the past shapes our present. Every experience you've had, especially emotionally charged ones, creates a record in your brain and body. These experiences form your beliefs, habits, and emotional responses, essentially wiring your brain to expect more of the same. For example, if you've faced repeated failures, you might develop a belief that you're incapable of success. This belief then influences your thoughts. I'm not good enough. Your emotions, fear, doubt, and your actions, hesitating to take risks, which ultimately leads to more of the same failures. This is the cycle of living from the past. Now, Joe explains that when you continuously relive past experiences, you reinforce the same neural pathways in your brain. Your body becomes addicted to the chemical responses associated with those emotions, whether it's stress, anger, or sadness. Over time, this emotional conditioning becomes your identity. You wake up each day expecting to feel the same way, think the same thoughts, and experience the same outcomes. In other words, your past becomes your present, and your present becomes your future. To create lasting change, you have to break this cycle by shifting your focus from who you were to who you want to be. Living as your future self means stepping into the version of you that already exists in your mind and heart, the version that embodies your highest potential. This isn't about pretending or faking it until you make it. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the future you desire, even before there's external evidence to support it. Dr. Joe often says, to change your personal reality, you have to change your personality. This means letting go of old habits and emotional patterns that no longer serve you and adopting new ones that reflect the person you want to become. But how do you start living as your future self? It begins with clarity. You need to have a clear vision of who you want to be and what kind of life you want to create. Take some time to visualize your ideal future. What does your future self look like? How do they think, feel, and behave? What kind of relationships do they have? What goals have they achieved? The more detailed and vivid your vision, the easier it will be to step into that identity. Visualization is a powerful tool because the brain doesn't differentiate between real and imagined experiences. When you vividly imagine your future self, your brain starts wiring itself to align with that vision. Next, you need to align your emotions with this future version of yourself. Dr. Joe emphasizes the importance of elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and love in this process. These emotions carry a higher frequency and signal to your brain and body that you're already living in that desired future. For instance, if your future self is confident and successful, start feeling that confidence and success now, even if your current circumstances don't reflect it yet. The act of feeling these emotions in the present helps reprogram your subconscious mind and shifts your energy to attract new opportunities. It's also crucial to change your behaviors to match your future self. If you want to be healthier, start making choices today that reflect that goal, whether it's exercising, eating better, or practicing self-care. If you want to be more successful, adopt the habits and mindset of someone who has already achieved that success. This might mean setting goals, staying disciplined, and surrounding yourself with people who inspire you. Every small action you take in alignment with your future self strengthens that new identity. One of the biggest obstacles in this process is the tendency to fall back into old patterns. The past has a powerful pull, and it's easy to revert to familiar thoughts and behaviors, especially when faced with challenges. Dr. Joe teaches that the key is to remain conscious and present. When you notice yourself slipping into old habits, whether it's negative self-talk, fear, or procrastination, pause and remind yourself of who you're becoming. Ask yourself, What would my future self do in this situation? This simple question can help you shift your perspective and make choices that align with your desired future. Meditation is an invaluable tool in this process. It allows you to quiet the noise of the external world and connect with your inner self. During meditation, you can visualize your future, feel the emotions associated with that vision, and reinforce the neural pathways that support your transformation. Dr. Joe often guides people to enter a meditative state where they can rehearse their future, mentally and emotionally experiencing their desired reality as if it's already happening. This not only rewires the brain, but also helps break the emotional addiction to the past. Another important aspect of living as your future self is cultivating belief. You have to believe that change is possible and that you're capable of becoming the person you envision. This belief isn't just a mindset, it's a powerful force that influences your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When you truly believe in your ability to change, you're more likely to stay committed to your vision, even when faced with obstacles. Dr. Joe emphasizes that belief is the bridge between your current reality and your future self. It's what keeps you moving forward, even when you don't see immediate results. Practice heart coherence. In the realm of personal transformation and holistic well-being, one of the most powerful yet often overlooked practices is achieving heart coherence. Dr. Joe Dispenza frequently emphasizes the significance of this practice in his teachings as it bridges the gap between mind and body, fostering emotional balance, mental clarity, and even physical health. But what exactly is heart coherence, and why is it so transformative? Heart coherence refers to a state where the heart, mind, and emotions are in harmonious alignment. Scientifically, it's when the heart's rhythm becomes more ordered and synchronized, creating a smooth, wave-like pattern in the heartbeat. This coherence influences the brain and the entire body, leading to a sense of calm, clarity, and enhanced performance. The HeartMath Institute, a pioneer in the study of heart coherence, has conducted extensive research showing that this state improves emotional regulation, reduces stress, and even boosts the immune system. Dr. Joe Dispenza takes this a step further by connecting heart coherence to personal transformation and the process of creating a new reality. He teaches that the heart is more than just a physical organ. It's a powerful electromagnetic center that influences not only our internal state, but also the external world. The heart's electromagnetic field is the most powerful in the body, extending several feet beyond us and interacting with the fields of people and objects around us. When we achieve heart coherence, we're not only bringing our own system into balance, but also sending out harmonious energy that can positively affect our environment and the people we encounter. But how do we achieve heart coherence? It starts with awareness and intention. Most of us go through life reacting to stress, challenges, and emotional triggers without realizing the toll it takes on our bodies and minds. Stress causes the heart's rhythm to become erratic, sending signals to the brain that reinforce feelings of anxiety, frustration, or fear. This creates a feedback loop between the heart and brain, keeping us stuck in a state of incoherence. The first step in breaking this cycle is to become aware of when you're feeling stressed or emotionally off balance. Notice how your body feels, how your heart is beating, and what thoughts are running through your mind. And once you've identified this state, you can begin to shift into coherence through simple yet powerful techniques. Dr. Joe recommends starting with focused breathing. Take slow, deep breaths, inhaling for about 5 seconds and exhaling for 5 seconds. This helps regulate the autonomic nervous system and brings immediate calm to the body. While breathing, bring your attention to the area around your heart. Imagine your breath flowing in and out of your heart, creating a gentle rhythm that soothes and balances you. The next step is to cultivate elevated emotions. Emotions like gratitude, love, compassion, and appreciation naturally promote heart coherence. Think of a person, place, or memory that brings you joy or warmth and allow yourself to fully feel that emotion. Let it expand in your chest, radiating outwards with each breath. Dr. Joe emphasizes that it's not enough to just think about these emotions. You have to feel them deeply. When you genuinely experience elevated emotions, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and coherent, sending powerful signals to your brain and body that promote healing, clarity, and well being. The effects of heart coherence aren't just emotional, they're physiological. Research has shown that when you achieve heart coherence, your body enters a state of optimal functioning. Stress hormones like cortisol decrease, while hormones that promote well being, like DHEA, increase. Your immune system strengthens, your blood pressure stabilizes, and even cognitive functions like memory and focus improve. This state of balance allows your body to heal and regenerate more effectively, making heart coherence a valuable tool for both physical and mental health. Dr. Joe Dispenza also highlights the quantum connection of heart coherence. According to quantum physics, everything in the universe is connected through energy fields, and our personal energy influences the world around us. When you're in a state of heart coherence, you're emitting a powerful, harmonious frequency that aligns with the energy of the quantum field, the space of infinite possibilities. This means that by maintaining heart coherence, you're not only improving your internal state, but also attracting positive experiences and opportunities into your life. You become a magnet for abundance, love, and success because you're resonating at a frequency that matches those outcomes. Another fascinating aspect of heart coherence is its impact on relationships. When you're in a coherent state, your energy influences the people around you. Have you ever noticed how being around someone calm and grounded can help you feel more at ease? That's the power of coherent energy at work. When you practice heart coherence regularly, you bring that balanced energy into your interactions, fostering deeper connections, better communication, and more harmonious relationships. It's a powerful way to not only transform yourself, but also uplift those around you. Incorporating heart coherence into your daily routine doesn't require hours of meditation or complex techniques. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to breathe deeply, focus on your heart, and cultivate feelings of gratitude or love. You can practice it in the morning to set a positive tone for the day, during stressful moments to regain balance, or at night to promote restful sleep. The key is consistency. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to shift into coherence, even in challenging situations. Dr. Joe often shares stories of people who have used heart coherence to achieve remarkable transformations. From overcoming chronic illnesses to manifesting new opportunities and relationships, these stories highlight the profound impact that aligning your heart and mind can have on your life. When you practice heart coherence, you're not just managing stress or improving health, you're stepping into a new way of being, one that aligns with your highest potential and connects you to the greater energy of the universe. In conclusion, heart coherence is a powerful practice that bridges the gap between mind, body, and spirit. It's a tool for emotional regulation, physical health, and personal transformation. By bringing your heart and mind into harmony, you create a state of balance that influences every aspect of your life. As Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches, when you change your internal state, you change your external reality. Practicing heart coherence is a simple yet profound way to step into that power and create a life of greater joy, health, and fulfillment.